Yo, this is Tone Kapone, and you're getting lifted to the sounds of my DJ Spaceship. Go ahead and beam him up, boy. Let's get him. Greetings and salutations from us to all the nations. We're about to get loose, strictly for entertainment. We're repping Tampa Bay. 10 toes down, this waves of the bay. No, we ain't playing around. Tuesday nights from 8 to 10, make sure you ride the wave. This Tone Kapone and DJ Spaceship on your airwaves. We're mixing interviews, R&B and hip-hop. We're blasting off, and the top is just a pit stop. At this time, we want to bring Neckley Under Construction on here and just have her... I know y'all laughing already. Oh boy, here we go. I already know what you're talking about, then. I already know what you're talking about, then.
Stress reflections.
What happened to the nipple?
Hold on now.
Oh man, the nipples fell off, man.
Neckley Under Construction comes on here every other week, and we have her in the building right now with a special guest. So, what's up, Neckley Under Construction?
All
Talking
right.
to the mic.
How are y'all tonight? Can you hear me today?
Hell yeah, that's much better.
They tell me that every week, but this week I couldn't sit in the squeaky chair.
That's right.
Sorry, you know,
She got the squeaky chair.
Is that me? You heard it? You heard that?
Hey, that squeaky chair had her feeling some type of way, man. It's probably better you
They
don't.
can't have me have my mouth on the end in the squeaky chair.
Oh damn.
Wow.
Oh shit.
So
Wait. Did I hear that right?
Yeah.
Say it again.
Yeah.
they don't like it when I got my mouth on it and I'm in the squeaky chair.
Good
Good
night, everybody.
That sound right.
No, it sounded right.
This is the Nakedly Under Construction segment. So Tony mentioned to me, he was like, yeah, I've seen a lot of these people in music, a lot of these artists that are in the music industry, but he was like, let me see some fresh talent. And something that I had said in the beginning on Waves of the Bay, if you guys could hear me, since the speaker apparently doesn't work.
We got it fixed, I'm telling you. I told you. We need to get one of them Usher, just attached to your head type microphones and shit, man. You
For
just
real.
dance around this
lapel,
motherfucker.
like one of them deacons.
Yeah.
But one of the things that he had asked me was, how did you get into the hip-hop scene? And one of my answers was, I'm not in the hip-hop scene, I'm in the talent scene. And I'm all about anybody that has talent, so it's not all just about someone that can sing or can rap or can produce. It's about if you can do fashion, like last week with Kyle, and you guys can go check him out, Kilgore Atlier.
That's a cool
I
dude.
said it wrong. It's
Atlier.
We went over this last week. Listen to the end.
I just started saying Kyle Kilgore. I ain't even putting myself in that situation no more.
If you have good talent, I take professionals.
I'm a professional male twerker.
Oh yeah?
But you wrong.
Magic Mike Tyson over here and shit.
Camera was like 3D.
But speaking of dancers,
Explicit material.
we got Lisa L-BOOGIE on the show today.
Yo.
She know the real talk.
Y'all
Woo,
got
woo.
me cracking up already. I just got here. Can you hear me? Is the mic?
Yeah, we got you.
sounding
We got you. You
Put
sounded
your
good
mic,
over
come close
here.
to the mic. Come close
What,
to the
I'm
mic.
gonna be right where I'm at.
Yeah.
I don't know. Is that good?
Talk to the mic.
I'll project.
There
Yeah, you
go.
good.
Better.
Hey,
You
you
got
right.
you. Got you.
And
Sounded
I
good.
won't get that close. Anyway, what's up, everybody? My name is Lisa L-BOOGIE Bofford. I am a dancer based out of Florida. And yeah, I met you at an event with some of my friends, and you were telling me about, you know, everything that you had going on. And you were like, hey, can you come through? And I was like, yeah. And guess what? I'm here right now.
Hell yeah, and it's an honor to have you here too. Thank you
I
for coming
appreciate
through.
it, y'all. Appreciate it. Let's
Having a
get
good
into
time.
this.
And then once again, this is one of those instances where you have to get out and you have to put yourself out there. I met this girl at a party on Memorial Day. It was almost like a family event. Her best friend, my best friend, and then, hey, go, I do this, you do that. Yo, let's link. So you got to keep that in mind for all artists. Like, you always have to go out there and investigate and talk
Look
to
at
people.
God.
Even if you go to family events,
Won't he do it?
talk to the
All the
people in
time.
there. Don't just be sitting in the corner because
Yeah.
you don't know who's in there.
Just true.
Right now. That's it.
And here I am, right here.
Here she is. So,
Waves. Oh.
you guys may have noticed a couple things I've been posting, some of the dances that she does, but she's right now on a couple teams. And what are those two teams that you said you're on the most right now?
Right now, I dance for a company called Illuminate. We dance in light suits. We did America's Got Talent 2011. And I also dance with a company called Hip Hop Nutcracker. I just started with them last year. Cool thing about that is we have Curtis Blow is the MC for our show. So that's been cool, getting to know that man. I mean, legendary in hip-hop. And still breaking. He's still out there hitting a couple 6 steps and might give you a little freeze every now and then.
That's what's up. Yeah.
Not all the time. Now.
You gotta let him know you're still capable.
You
of
gotta
it,
let
you know?
these. He gotta let us youngsters know. Like, listen, let me let y'all know I
Yeah.
still got it. But yeah, so that's what I've been doing for the past 7 years. I've been dancing for what? How old am I? We're not gonna do that right now on air. But just say I've been dancing for a while. Hey, I take that. But this body, the way this body moves, you know what I'm saying? I'm getting these coins. You know what I'm saying? I'm still able to get these coins.
Hell yeah.
You feel me?
How long have you been with the Illuminators?
I've been the what?
Illuminator?
Yeah, that ain't real.
God.
But you know, I'll let you
That
slide
sounded
this
like
time.
some Illuminati type shit.
Nah, that's like the Avengers
I
of dancing and shit.
For real.
Like,
A symbol.
Yeah.
mount up.
The Illuminates.
Nah, we don't even have like a whole. It's just our Illuminate. That's it. That's it. Just our Illuminate. I've been with that company for 6.5 years. I started off doing Six Flags over Georgia, and then I got asked to do the off-Broadway show. Did that for 2.5 years, and I've traveled all over the world with the company. I've been to Paris, I've been to Egypt, I've been to Malaysia, I've been to a lot of places with this company. I've been blessed to do something that I love and get paid for it, and also through dance, I've been able to give back through education as well, because I worked with kids for a long time. I was at a rec center in St. Pete for 6 years, you know, and I'm able to kind of combine the two, and I love it. It's a blessing. Should I look at your live feed? You want me? Hey, y'all. I just want y'all to know we live after 5. We're doing the thing right over here on this mic tonight, and I just want y'all to come on and get on with us and just have some good conversations.
What's it like dancing in those light suits?
The light
Yo, them
suits
shits look sick as fuck, yo.
They're fun. They heavy, you know.
They hot as hell?
They're hot as
Yeah.
hell. We have batteries like in our suits on our backs. So you see, I think about
Sometimes
you have a battery
she
for a
says
long
she
time
falls
and you
off the
moving
stage.
around. And I don't see. I was gonna get to that later, but since you brought it up,
We
yeah, I
need to
done
get the
fell
under
off the
construction
stage.
on here.
I fell off the stage. I fell off the stage. You know
Did
what
you
I'm saying?
just
Once
pop
or
back
twice.
up, or was you just
Listen,
like laid
I
out?
popped back up, full out. Okay, there is no. You got to stay in character in this show. You know what I mean? Because your light's still on. You know what I mean?
So they
And
just
you
watching
fell, you
you.
better
Yep.
get your
They watching
ass
that light
up.
just lay down.
Exactly. You better get your ass up. You got to keep it moving, man. That's the one thing
Your
I
lights
love
are
about
still
it.
on laying down.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It
Looking
keeps
like
you on
Christmas
your
lights
toes.
and the fell down
You
and
gotta
shit.
dance
dog.
back on the stage.
You
Damn.
definitely do. This show does definitely keeps you on your toes. You know, there's always something new, like with the technology and with dance, all of it, and then dancing in the dark on top of that. Like all of those in one is you know, I don't want to say a struggle. It keeps you.
It's
You know,
challenging.
it's challenging and it keeps you on your toes.
Mm-hmm.
By all means, always. So there's always something to look forward to. It's not like just repetition and just constant and it gets boring. Like it's always something that happens, and it's a good time. It's a good time. I will say that, being on that stage and performing in them suits, man. I've been on the AGT, man. That stage is massive. America's Got Talent,
Mm-hmm.
huge. Okay, I was nervous for a little bit. I ain't gonna lie. But, you know what I'm saying, I hit them steps, you feel me? I ain't messed up, I hit them steps, you know? I had a little screen time, you know what I mean? But it was great. It was great. It was great.
what's up,
It was
man.
great.
And then you dance for another group as well.
I do. I dance for the Hip Hop Nutcracker. I started dancing
That
with
shit
them
sounds painful,
last
yo.
year.
I'm sorry.
It does. A
What?
lot of
This hip
splits.
hop nutcracker, like, I don't know. Yeah, that shit sounds painful.
Listen, basically all Hip Hop Nutcracker
I think it sounds like
is,
Christmas.
It's a Christmas show, but all we're doing is putting hip hop to the original score of the music, to the Tchaikovsky music. We're just doing hip hop to all of the original score, and then we kind of blend in a couple of other like genres of music. I mean, hell, we got Curtis Blow MC in the show. You know what I mean?
Gotcha.
He got his own set. He has his own set at the beginning of the show. Then he comes back at the end, and then he puts on another like little whatever, and it's fun, man. It's a fun thing. It's a fun show. It's a fun show. So
That's different, too.
it is. It's different, and I feel like it's interesting. And what I love about it is when I look out into the crowd, it's not just, it's so diverse. It's such a huge diversity of people for both shows that I do, and I think that's what makes me love it even more. Is because we're bringing all of these different people into this audience that probably would never, I'm saying,
Right.
this 82-year-old woman that's coming here, and this little 6-year-old, and they both living their lives and loving the show. You know what I mean? So I think having that be a part of what it is that we do is beautiful in itself, So
How many hours of practice you put in on a week?
We talking about practice.
I had to.
it
Like rehearsal, like I was wondering the same shit.
it depends. It depends on the show. It depends on if I'm doing an hour and a half long show or if I'm doing like a 5-minute set. For the hour and a half, it took us about 6 months to get that show all together. And then on occasion, of course, still you got to refresh stuff. You got to have practices. You got to rehearse a little bit. But we know the steps. But coming together and just going over things and making sure that we're clean. Our lines look clean. We look good. We ain't nobody looking crazy. There's somebody out dancing somebody else. You need to step your shit up. You know what I mean? So.
And you're the captain on a team. So how is that?
Being dance captain is. I love it, but it's also challenging because you don't only have to deal with like dance captain duties. Like you also have to deal with all of these different personalities and grown ass personalities. These adults, you know what I mean? These ain't, I ain't working with
attitude.
I ain't working with 10 and 12-year-olds, you know what I mean? I'm working with adults. So it's growth, it's giving me growth and learning how to deal with other people and also in that aspect, you know what I mean? And being in a leadership spot and have these people like listen to me because you have to earn your respect, you know what I mean? Ain't nobody just gonna listen to you. You know what I mean? They got to look up to you. They got to see something in you that they feel like they can get something from.
They got to see you putting in that work, too.
Exactly. So that's why most of the time I'm going 110%. Like, I'm going in on stage because I'm like, y'all looking at me. I'm dance captain, so that means I got to put out just as much, like, go in more than sometimes y'all do. Just to show you, like, this is where I'm at. I want you to get here where I'm at. I at least strive to get there. Because if I half-ass it, then you're going to feel like I could half-ass it, too, and get this check. Nah, bro. I'm going out there. I'm going in. You need to be going in with me or more than me.
Why do you dance?
Why do I dance? Honestly, since I was little, the biggest reason I've always felt like doing it was smiles on people's faces. And as like cliche as it sounds, it was never about the money for me. It was never about like I want to be in this video or I want to do this. It was honestly because the first time that I got into it and actually I love it, and then seeing someone smile and enjoying it just because I was doing something that made them smile.
Right.
And that became one of my biggest reasons and has stayed consistent. The money helps. I'm not going to lie about that.
I believe it.
The money helps. The coin, you need that in order to continue to grow.
You can't pay a bill with exposure, you know what I'm saying?
Exactly. You hear me? Exactly.
Or likes.
Got to get your
I
coin.
make it sound like memes over here.
And so
it's
since we started posting your videos, and everyone, you stay tuned. Go check out Nakedly Under Construction on Instagram. I'll be posting her videos this week, and you can see a little bit of how she moves and dances. You can see her in the suit. That'll be coming out this week, so go check it out. Naked, Nakedly, Nakedly Under. You guys should know what that is. Construction, CONSTRUC. Tie.
Sorry.
ION.
So
check her out on there.
Anyway, so we would like to also know that since we've been promoting Lisa L-BOOGIE on Nakedly Under Construction, I've had several people hit me up and being interested in working with you, and what have I had to tell them?
You've had to tell them that Lisa is moving to LA in the next 3 days. I'm out.
That's crazy.
I'm going to pursue more than dance. I'm going out there to see what I can do, to see what I can get my feet into, and then. But at the end of the day, Florida is always home. I know this is where I'm coming back to when I need to get my house. You know what I'm saying? I'm coming here. You feel me? I'm not going to stay in LA, but I'm going out there for exposure because I feel like that can only be the next step for me. I mean, I've been all over the world. I've done New York. I need to go to LA. My agent has been trying to get me to go to LA for the longest. I've missed out on movies. I've missed out on commercials. I've missed out on so many things just because I'm not physically there. Yeah. Sometimes you need to just be in the room. You know what I mean?
What would you say are some of the barriers that have prevented you from going to the LAs or where the opportunities are for commercials and movies?
It honestly, it ended up being me being stuck in having Illuminate and being with Illuminate for so long, and it being so consistent that I got complacent. Right. And it was more of I did it to myself. It was family stuff too, not saying that didn't have anything to do with it, but mostly I got stuck, I got consistent, and I got because it's consistent, and I said, you know what, I'm good. I started to do one of these, and I was like, wait a minute. Right. We're not going to do that. I have too many other things that I could be doing. Right. Too many other things I want to see. Too many other people that I want to reach out to. You know what I mean? And I have a story that resonates with a lot of people that are in the field that I'm in. And for me to just sit back and just be okay just because I'm good, that doesn't work for me. If you're not giving back, you're not. What are you doing? You know what I mean? So it's more of one of those. And I was like, I need to be out there. I need to be out there. I need to be in the room. I need to be around. And also just for representation of me being a black lesbian woman that's in this field is hard. Right. It's very hard. And also showing that I didn't have to change who I was in order to be on those stages. I didn't have to change who I was at all. Like, my character has not, like, who I am is who I am. Like, on stage, like, I have to change, like, some of the style.
Talk about your character a little bit.
All right, so Starlight. Starlight Jones.
You guys can check her out on the Instagram right now.
Starlight Jones originally started as a... Starlight Jones was a guy. I got casted to play a guy's role. So the cool thing about our show is you can put on a suit. Don't nobody know what sex you are, what race you are. They don't know who you are.
They kind of got a TV show like that now with the singing, and they have this...
the Masked Singer?
Yeah.
Okay,
so basically, it's kind of the same thing as that, but just wearing light suits, you know?
Gotcha.
So that's the cool thing that's about that. And originally, they casted me as a guy, my name, and they let me come up with the name and everything. It was like, you come up with the name, come up with the style. Like, they wanted to be more 70s funk. I'm down with that. Like, I was raised on, like, that music. I love it. So I was like, all right. I got my costume. I got a big ass fro, sideburns, bell bottoms, stars all over my suit. Cool. I'm a pimp. Period. That's what I did. I went with it that way. And then after a while, they were like, they wanted to change it, who the character was. And they were like, well, we want Starlight to be a girl. Right. Cool. I've taken, all kinds of, like, the thing I will say for any dancer is be fluent as you can be in every genre, in every style, because you don't know what's going to get thrown at you. Right. Because originally my character was all just locking. That was it. You know what I'm saying? I'm doing all this, and I'm like, and then it went from that to all of this. But you have to train. In order for you to be able to be in this industry, if you don't train and you can't take what they throw at you, like, you're going to get eaten up, period. You know what I mean? So I will say that for anybody that's aspiring to be and want to get into this field, is that, and also your personality. You got to have the right attitude to go out there, because again, it
you got
ends
some
up
thick skin, don't you?
Yeah. You got to be in the right room. Like, people end up getting booked, honestly, based on more their personality sometimes, and not just about their talent. Yeah. Like, and that's one thing, and I feel like that's, like, in general with a lot of things, like having the right attitude and being around the right people, getting in those rooms.
For teams, fuck yeah.
Yeah.
All the way. You can put somebody in there that's not about it, about the team, and it'll ruin the whole chemistry, everything. Exactly.
Especially what we do. We don't have time for that. Like, we got people jumping in the dark into other people. Like, I need to know I could trust you, and you're going to catch my ass.
That's wild, Joe.
Yeah.
Well, that's real physical too. So, like, dancing in its own is an exercise. Is there any other forms of exercise or diets that you do to make sure you stay in shape?
Honestly, more cardio for me. I mean, I played ball my whole life, so I was always in the weight room, and weight room was doing things to my body that I was like, listen, this is too much. I'm getting too cut, and I don't want it. So I do mostly cardio, mostly running. And honestly, you just gotta take care of your body. You gotta eat right. You know what I mean? Like, you can't just eat, you know what I'm saying, like steak and chicken and all that every damn day. You know what I'm saying?
Sounds good.
It sounds good,
but it ain't always.
It ain't always good, but especially when you're out there, and because that show is so exhausting and so like heavy on the body. Like, you're basically dancing like with another person, like a whole other apparatus that's on your body, and you got to be full out. Right. It ain't like, it's basically like football players. You know what I mean? You got on all that equipment, you got to go out there in that heat. You know what I mean? So think about that. Y'all in the heat, we in the heat too, with them batteries on our backs. You know what I mean? We in the heat too.
How much weight is that on you?
It's probably about...
She ain't had to tell him out the whole... I thought we had her trained by now.
No, it ain't gonna happen.
Probably like an extra, like 15 to 20 pounds, and that's excluding like your helmet and all the other stuff like that you have to put on, the accessories and stuff like that. But it's a workout, man. It really is. But a lot of the dancers like still do other workouts outside of that just so you can stay fit, because you put on that suit is like...
You gotta be ready for it.
Let's go. You gotta hype yourself up, and it restricts you a lot. You know what I'm saying? For like the ballet dancers that are in our company, like the straps and stuff that restrict your body, so you can't give a full tilt. So you gotta like fight through it. You know what I mean? So it's like pushing you. You gotta fight through like all of that. You know what I mean? And not just the dance. It's like fighting through the dance and suit and being in the dark. Right. On top of that, so figuring out that second pair of eyes. You know what I mean? So it's interesting, but it
I know I couldn't do that shit.
You could.
Everybody be messed up on me.
You'd be amazed.
You'd be amazed.
I'm running niggas over.
No, you do it enough times, your body get used to it. It's muscle memory.
Yeah, it really is. It really is.
Is it different dancing by yourself than with a group?
Oh, yeah.
And do you perform just by yourself?
Not normally. I mean, well, I used to. I used to battle a lot. That's mostly how I got known here in Tampa. I used to go to a choreographer showcase called Canvas, and I was like one of the only girls that would go out there and battle all these breakers, and I didn't give a shit. Like, I played ball my whole life. My brother only let me play with dudes. It was like I never felt like intimidated. Right. You know what I mean? I came into the room like never feeling intimidated. But yeah, I mean, that was like, doing that, coming into the scene, doing a lot of freestyle, a lot of 1v1s and 2v2s, and then kind of getting, I think that's where my confidence built. Like, just being on stage and doing that and battling grew my confidence, and that's what's helped me in turn with a lot of the shows that I'm doing now, because a lot of it is not just dancing, it's acting as well. You know what I mean? So much more acting, because we don't talk.
All the facial expressions and all that.
We don't have that.
Because you're covered up.
We're covered up. So think about losing that, and how much when you watch somebody dance, you're looking at their face and not just their body, right? So you're getting a lot from here and from here. Mm-hmm. And when that's taken away, that means all of this has to tell that exact same story without words. You know what I mean? So it's that. It's like you get it, and I think that's what I love about this company is I've been able to grow in so many ways that I didn't even realize like I was going to grow, and it's helped me like a lot with my acting, and it's in turn got me booked for other things like Hip Hop Nutcracker. Everybody can see my face on that, you know what I mean? And I play a male role in Hip Hop Nutcracker.
That's great.
And again, no limits.
And you do other things too.
Yeah, I do. I teach. I sell vintage clothes. I make jewelry. I do photography. Being a creative, you got your hands in everything.
That's why LA sounds perfect for you.
Yeah,
for
so
real.
I think that's what's gonna be good for all of us. All right, we all make it.
Everybody I know that's been to LA, like I've only known like a few people that's come back, like because the people that go out there are going out there for a reason. They're going out there for a purpose, and they ain't trying to come back.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying. So I can see it, yo.
Well, you got to get away from home too, because it's like take Beyonce for a matter of fact. Most of her fans are not in Houston. You know what I'm saying? But Houston is always going to be home.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So, like you said earlier that, you know, it's obvious that you're female and it's obvious that you're black, and you said that you are lesbian. Yeah. What is some of the biggest barriers that you faced in that industry with those three titles on you?
I would say a lot of times traveling outside of the country and being one of the only black people that's probably in your, like I don't even know, 1,000 miles radius, you know what I mean, has been... That in itself has been good and bad, you know what I mean? Especially with me having the role that I have as being dance captain. So I'm a part of like a lot of the decisions that are being made when it comes to like staging, when it comes to like what we're doing as far as the dancers are concerned. So it took a while for sometimes for me to get that respect, but it was more so too like I went into the room saying that I'm coming into the room, I'm speaking, and I'm gonna be heard. Right. And that became like my mantra. Like I have no other choice. If I go in the room and I just sit in the corner, I'm not doing anybody any justice that looks like me. Right. And that is trying to like make it in the industry. But I will say I've been blessed enough not to have too many instances where I've been told like I need to physically change how I look because of you know. Right. So I will say I've been blessed, especially doing what I'm doing. Like I illuminate. Right. I don't have to put on no makeup or nothing. Like I put on a light suit. Right. And I'm out. Like my suit is my, you know.
Now and being self-employed and being an entrepreneur, pretty sure all of us in here can attest to the time when you had to tell somebody no. What's the biggest no someone has told you?
Ooh, the biggest no somebody has told me. That is a good one. Yeah. I've had some doors shut in my face. I think one of the times was me trying to start a group that I just didn't. It was more on me than it was on someone else, and I had to take that L. Right. I mean, trying to start something that I wasn't really ready to start, and it was a no. You know what I mean? But sometimes you have to sit back and really like reassess and look at yourself, and also know that sometimes you may not have everything together that person wants. You know what I mean? And even if you do, when you get a no, just because that one door closed doesn't mean that another one isn't opening or 3 others are opening for you. Don't get distracted by that. Like, sit back, say they said no. Think about the reasons that this person said no. Apply them to yourself and see if that is truly what it is, and you need to change, switch up some stuff. Maybe you don't need to go back to that person, but now you have that knowledge of knowing like you were told no because of this, and maybe this is something that you need to work on. You know what I mean?
Now it's obvious that didn't stop you, and it's obvious that you took that and you added on, you build yourself up. Who was the person that was in your corner to motivate you to go harder?
My family, man. I have such a strong foundation with my family, and I think it was because of all the shit that we went through in life. When I tell you, we could sit here and talk for days about the things that we went through, but I honestly can tell you that it only made each of us stronger as individuals and as a family unit because we went through so much growing up as kids. You know what I mean? Right. But yeah, my family, they support me in everything I do. Everything I do.
So Kobe measured himself against Michael Jordan. I've thrown this question out before. Mm-hmm. Kobe measured himself against Jordan. Who do you measure yourself against when it comes to the dance and the different styles that you have?
Honestly, I can say I don't, because I'm always looking at it as I'm growing. Like if I stop, if I look at it and I just say, okay, this is who I'm trying to be. Like it's more of like I'm not trying to be nobody but me, but I also know like I still for the rest of my life that I'm dancing.
Right.
I always have something to learn. Always have something to learn. There are people that I admire in the dance industry. There are people that I look up to that I feel like are great, and I would want to be on that level, but it's never like that's just it.
And I like that because like I myself like I DJ and you know I'm handsome and stuff like that. And just
you better speak to the people. Did y'all catch that?
2 parts handsome.
Handsome.
But the thing about it is like I idolize DJs like
got the
Jazzy
sexy
Jeff
glasses on tonight.
to the point that I figured that I tried to kind of be a Jazzy Jeff. And when you kind of try to be the person you look up to or idolize, it kind of puts you in a box. It's like it's like singing a Luther Vandross song. They're gonna expect you to sound like him or better, and if you don't, they're gonna let you know.
Oh yeah.
You see what I'm saying? So I mean, you have to be the best form of yourself, which is obviously what you're saying. That's you.
By all means, yeah. Again, there are people that I admire and I look up to, but at the end of the day, it's more of like, hey, Lisa, you Lisa. Ain't nobody else you but you. L-Boogie.
You're one of one.
Yeah, one of one.
What was your most favorite memorable moment outside the United States?
Samoa and Saudi Arabia. We were some of the first women to ever perform on stage in Saudi Arabia, and that was big, life changing.
That's real.
Life changing.
It's crazy. Do they even let women vote over there? You know,
they don't
that
let
country...
women do shit. They just got the rights to drive.
Yeah.
Like this past year, just got the rights to drive. So women, there's a.
Did you face any prejudice or criticism or?
No, I will say because they kept us very secluded and we had security like out that ass. Like
they don't need those type of problems.
Yeah.
So did you have to like dress up differently out there?
So the thing about it is we did it out of respect. Because I didn't have to because we, Western, like we didn't have to, but out of respect we did. So I wore an abaya. I didn't wear the hijab, but I wore the abaya. My hair was out. My hair was allowed to be out, but out of respect, it was like we wore it. So
how long were you there?
We've been twice. Both times, one was 5 weeks and the other was a month.
Damn. Tell us about Samoa.
Samoa, man. First of all, what's the movie that came out for the kids? Moana?
Yeah,
Moana.
Man, listen.
4 times a day.
Listen,
oh, wait
man.
till you start singing the words and everything.
Yeah.
Listen, when I was in the movie theater, and this was after I gotten back, and we took my niece, and I was sitting there, and I was more excited than her because I was seeing all of this stuff that I was familiar with because I was over in Samoa, and I was just so excited. But I think what made me love Samoa more than anything is we went over there through the embassy, and being around the people and their energy over there, even with the language barrier, like they were so happy to have us there. They felt blessed to have us there, and it's like blessed to the point where we felt like celebrities, and it was more like I didn't want to feel that way, but it was like me being happy that I was able to give back, but because they don't have exposure to a lot of stuff that we have exposure to. Right. They just don't, and they appreciate everything so much more. Like these kids was singing and no shoes on, sitting down singing us songs and stuff, and we just sitting there living and having fun and laughing, and they don't even know what I'm saying for the most part. Like we had a translator, but most of the time they were just smiling and happy because we were there, and it's beautiful over there. Oh,
I can imagine.
Listen, looking over there, I was like, man, I can only imagine how much that property would cost over here.
Oh, yeah.
Like in the millions. The millions.
Well, don't worry because they're going to try to get over there and gentrify that shit very soon. That's how they do it.
Yeah.
Let the crime in.
Yeah.
Let the value down. Buy it at the low. Put all these condos and stuff on it. You know how the game goes.
Yeah, I know.
That's what they're doing to my beloved West Tampa right now, man. It's so sad.
That's what they're doing in Puerto Rico right now.
All the roaches and rats gone. Well, DR is next.
Hey, you're going to see they ain't doing that shit in Kansas, bro. You're going to see the same shit that was closed when I left that motherfucker. Still going to be still closed when we get that motherfucker.
Isn't that where they filmed In the Heat of the Night? In the heat.
Really? Was it?
Nah, I don't know. I was bullshit.
I was like, look, I'm always watching all that.
Sidekick?
It might be. Ain't no telling, man.
Yeah, no, that's the full graveyard.
No, I ain't got. Honestly, I just want to say thank y'all for having me on. I appreciate it. I appreciate us meeting. You know what I mean? It was meant for us to meet. I'm here, and
I remember me the next day.
I didn't.
I was in her inbox.
I didn't. She was in my inbox because I damn sure didn't remember. But
like that
so you was in her inbox, but you won't put the mic to your mouth.
You want to talk about it?
You didn't hear it.
That's gonna be the next segment. We talking about how to get the mic to your mouth.
That's just gonna take forever.
You gotta
project.
project.
Yeah, we had to put it. We had to give it in her hand. And still,
Y'all, people that know me, I've got a loud ass voice. So I thought they could hear me, but damn, it's the first time I've ever been told you couldn't.
You got to
hear me.
turn the mic on and put it to your mouth. Okay?
I'm like, I know I project. Can't hear me over there.
Oh man. Well, I guess
I'm very pleased.
At this time, we want to bring Necka Lee Under Construction on here and just have her. I know y'all laughing already. Oh boy, here we go.
I
already know what you're talking about
looking
then.
online right now.
I already know what you're talking about then.
Watch those stress reflections.
What happened to the nipple?
Hold on now.
Oh man, the nipples fell off, man.
Necka Lee Under Construction comes on here every other week, and we have her in the building right now with a special guest. So, what's up, Necka Lee Under Construction?
All
Talking
right.
to the mic.
How are y'all tonight? Can you hear me today?
Hell yeah, that's much better.
They tell me that every week, but this week I couldn't sit in the squeaky chair.
That's right.
Sorry,
She
I'm
got
just
the
saying.
squeaky chair.
Is that
That-
me? You heard it? You heard that?
Hey, that squeaky chair had her feeling some type of way, man. It's probably better you
They
don't.
can't have me have my mouth on the end in the squeaky chair.
Oh damn.
Oh shit!
So
Wait. Did I hear that right?
Yeah.
Say it again.
Yeah.
they don't like it when I got my mouth on it and I'm in the squeaky chair.
Look at
Wah,
Sergio
wah, wah,
Good night,
wah.
everybody.
That sound right.
It sounded
No, it
right.
sounded right.
This is the Nakedly Under Construction segment. So Tony mentioned to me, he was like, yeah, I've seen a lot of these people in music, a lot of these artists that are in the music industry, but he was like, let me see some fresh talent. And something that I had said in the beginning